Hey, here I am and welcome back. My name's Nathan, and if you're into urban sketching and travel sketching, you're in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to do a post-mortem on my travel kit. Is post-mortem a little bit too morbid? Debrief. I'm going to do a debrief on my travel kit. Here it is. I posted a video where I was packing my travel kit to go to the North Coast 500. I'm going to link the travel kit video and the sketchbook tour video down below. And there's been some questions in the comments about whether I used everything that I took, to go into a little bit more detail. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to answer some of these questions. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to reveal my hits, misses, and surprises of my travel kit. Right, let's dive into it. Oh, that was a bit heavier than I expected it to be. There's always a bit of tissue in my sketching kit. Let's start with my paint palette. I didn't get into the details when I was packing this, but somebody did ask me what colors I had in here. Some space here. This is lemon yellow Van Gogh. This is Hansa yellow Daniel Smith. And then we have green gold Daniel Smith. Olive green Van Gogh. Phthalo green Daniel Smith. Cerulean blue Daniel Smith. Phthalo blue, Daniel Smith. I'm going to go to this bottom line now. Ultramarine blue, Daniel Smith. Cobalt blue violet, Daniel Smith. Rhodonite genuine, Daniel Smith. Alizarin crimson, Daniel Smith. Pyrrole scarlet, Daniel Smith. I've heard other people saying pyrrole. I say pyrrole. Pyrrole orange, Daniel Smith. Moon glow, Daniel Smith. Now coming to this middle row here, we have yellow ochre, Winsor & Newton. Cobalt blue teal, Daniel Smith. Opera Rose, Daniel Smith. Burnt Sienna, that one needs filling up. Burnt Umber and Payne's Grey, Winsor & Newton. Oh, sorry, those last three were Winsor & Newton. So it's a mixture in there. Those are the ones that I took with me. The ones that I used the most during this trip were green gold. I used that quite a lot. Cerulean blue, surprisingly. Both of these blues, phthalo blue, ultramarine. Yellow ochre I used a lot. Burnt umber I used a lot. Moon glow I used a lot. And also the cobalt teal. Yes, I used the clips constantly. I don't think I need to say anything more about those. I clipped my book open with them and I clipped my palette to that one. This I did use quite a lot. I used it to mark off the borders for some of my sketches and to separate some sketches too, and again on the back here. So yes, I use that a lot, and it doesn't take up much space. I took these three water brushes that all have different ends. There we go. A fat flat, a medium flat, and a round. But most of the time, I think you can tell by looking at how much water is in there, which ones I use the most. So let me hold them more like that so you can see. This one and this one are much emptier, and this middle one here, I hardly used it. So I could have only packed two. So I could scale down there by losing one. I took two fountain pens with me. I took my usual regular Lamy Safari, and I took my Fude nib fountain pen as well. And I did use both of these, but I only used the Fude nib because I'd taken it with me, and I felt obliged to use it because I had taken it. So maybe on a travel sketching trip, it's not necessary. Again, actually, because of the size of the book and the thickness of the pen, I only used this on the larger sketches, I think. Yes, you can tell the difference in thickness. This one was sketched with the fountain pen, and this one was sketched with the micron. Maybe I would still take both just in case I wanted to get something finer or something thicker. So let's keep both of those. This was useful. This is my wristband that I use for cleaning my brushes on in between colors. So yes, that was useful. The Pritt stick was useful because I did stick a few things in. And I like to stick things in as I am going around because otherwise you end up with no place to stick things in. So Pritt stick, I would say, is still a must for me. Now, I took this as a backup for the Micron fine liner, but, you know, if push had come to shove and this did run out, I could have just used my fountain pen, so this wasn't necessary. These, I used them, again, I used everything to be honest, but I only used them because I had them there. It's not necessary because I could, if I really needed to get these colors, I could have mixed them myself. So those weren't necessary. This brown pen, I used it once, and again, only because I had taken it, and I only used it on the cribbage board. Maybe it works, I don't know. It wasn't necessary. I could have easily done that in black pen as well, so not necessary. The white Signo Broad highlighting white gel pen. Yes, I would take that again. And I used that to do highlights around on the castle here, also on here, these ones too. I think it does just help to bring things out. So I would definitely take that with me again. So there you go. I could have not taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I took, which would have meant I didn't really need this big bag either. So what were my hits? The Macron fine liner, because it didn't run out and I thought it might have done. So you're a hit. Yeah, you're my hit actually. And I think that's really weird because I would never reach for the fine liner over the fountain pen because the fountain pen makes me feel more artistic. But, you know, in a pinch, it's very good. Maybe I would, can I put them together? They're both hits, but this was my more surprising hit. My misses, my biggest miss was the brown pen, the extra fine liner, which I didn't need, and the 2 Tombow pens. They weren't necessary if you're traveling light. I would probably still take this again because I'm attached to it. Now, my biggest surprise was, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but my biggest surprise was Moonglow, because I've been quite vocal about how much I don't really like Moonglow on my channel. I didn't really get it. I didn't really know what to use it for. And now I use it in almost every sketch, actually. I used it to get like moody skies. This is Moonglow. This is Moonglow, just dotted in. And it's really made a difference to the skies. It's really brought them out. Here, there's Moonglow here, this kind of purpley color. Moonglow in this. This is Moonglow in the background. There's Moonglow in here. I used it all the time, and that's me eating humble pie because I really didn't get it, but now I do. So I was always saying that I wouldn't buy it again, but I think maybe I would. And actually, it's lasted a very long time. You only need a little bit to get a nice moody sky. So that is my biggest surprise. And if I needed to take less colors, I didn't need all these colors. I'm dying to use Opera Pink, but I've not used it in anything yet. And, you know, this is just the palette, my general palette that I have. And it's always changing. So maybe they're not all necessary, but I'm not going to create a whole new palette just to go traveling. And that's it. That was my sketchbook debrief. I hope I've answered some of the questions that you had. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments and I will answer them for you. But all that's left to say is I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next week. Bye!